Jake Paul, one of the biggest frauds in the history of boxing, is being approached by one of the most real fighters in boxing history, Andre S.O.G. Ward. People have seen that Andre Ward is considering coming out of retirement and are looking for who he's going to fight. And Jake Paul is at the top of many people's list. Andre Ward makes a comment about it. Let's talk about that in this video. On July 20th, 2 days ago, Andre Ward released a videotape on Instagram, and it says that I want all the smoke. Has him in the ring, throwing him hands, says he's getting back to work, and the date that is given on this particular video was the 22nd of July 2024. So obviously people want to know, does that mean you coming out back to fight? Well, I don't know what want all the smoke could mean other than that. And people started asking Andre Ward about it. And Andre Ward and a bunch of different questions. And one of the things that Andre Ward said was that Jake Paul doesn't want to say his name. Now, for me, that's the fight to come back to, Andre Ward. That's the fight to come back to. Now, before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. It means a ton. Man, let me tell you, there's not too many things that depressed me more in boxing than back in 2000, I believe it was 2017, when the great Andre Ward, all of a sudden, after whooping up on Sergey Kovalev, decided to retire. He went and became an ESPN commentator. I enjoyed the time he was at ESPN. I've always been a big fan of Andre Ward. And Andre Ward had been, for the last 7 years, one of the fighter that has been most steadfast in saying that he wasn't going to come back. However, he has said that he's gotten a lot of offers to come back and that he could come back for $10, $20 million at any time he wants to. Well, ain't no time like the present to collect that money for what you can do while you can still do it. At 40 years old, there's several world champions that are close to the same age as Andre Ward. Andre Ward has now had 7 years to let his body rest, let his mind rest, and looks like he's willing to come back. This fraud by the name of Jake Paul is the perfect comeback fight for him. Perfect comeback fight. It's a perfect comeback for him. Perfect fight for Jake Paul to prove it, because Jake Paul likes to fight guys that are never been in a boxing ring before. Guys like Nate Jones, he likes to fight on MMA fighters that are, well into their 50s, 40s, late 40s, 50s, like Anderson Silva. He likes to, he likes a lot of mismatches. But at the same time, he talks smack like all of the accomplishments that he's had in boxing are real things. So, hey, ain't no time like the present to go in there and jump in there with Canelo Alvarez. I mean, not Canelo Alvarez, with Andre Ward. Andre Ward fits all of the above. He hasn't fought in a decade, over half a decade, 7 years. He is old. He's in his, 40. I do believe he's 40 years old. He's had all kind of different injuries throughout his career, right? Shoulder problems, all the like. He should be nice and rusty. And it'll be a huge pay-per-view event for Jake Paul. And it'll be an opportunity to put a former world champion on your resume, Mr. Paul. Problem is that that's not going to happen because Jake Paul's going to get mopped by that 40-year-old man that ain't been in a real professional fight since 2017. Andre Ward is smaller than Jake Paul. Jake Paul is fighting up there way close to 200 pounds. Looks huge in the ring. Hey, man, Andre Ward, give you a couple pounds as well. Let's see if he's willing to do that. But you know what it is. He's not going to be willing to do that. Not in an exhibition, not in a real fight, probably not in a sparring match. That's how much fraud it is. So the question, since we know that that's not going to happen, but I'm glad Andre Ward said that, what will more than likely happen? What will more than likely happen is a good old fight with a regular, if he comes back, a regular tune-up fight. But then let's get to a Canelo fight. Let's get to a 175-pound fight with Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo Alvarez has had a few things to say about Andre Ward over the years. And it would be nice to see what now, I tell you, I do think Andre Ward needed a tune-up fight for him, but I would love to see it, man. I would love to see it from the competition standpoint of Andre Ward, seeing Andre Ward in the ring again, see Canelo Alvarez against, a Hall of Fame level fighter. And I would like to see it because I would like to see Andre Ward get that money that Andre Ward should have gotten in a lot larger sums while he was fighting. He was clearly the best fighter in the world, despite the fact that many people, HBO specifically, and that career specifically, tried so hard not to give it to him. Tried to give it to Gennady Golovkin, tried to give it to Canelo Alvarez, tried to give it to all kind of people other than Andre Ward, tried to give it to Manny Pacquiao over Andre Ward after Floyd Mayweather Jr. retired. I would love to see Andre Ward get that big old payday, man, and see him in that ring, man, because he's a special fighter, man. Special fighter. And on a personal note, hey, man, if you lose, you lose. Because, hey, man, that O and them belts, you know what I mean? That's not stacking the coffers. Stack that coffer, man. Stack those coffers, man. That's the type of fight that I don't mind at all seeing him come out of retirement, man. He's been in shape. He's not been drinking, smoking, doing a bunch of other different stuff. He seems like he's been keeping himself close to weight and staying active. Man, would love to see him come back against either one of those two dudes, but not for a long time. You know what I mean? Just for a good time. Just get you a nice little tune-up in, nice little easy money tune-up after you've agreed to fight Canelo or Jake Paul, preferably Jake Paul, tune up, then Canelo, because we got to put it in order of difficulty for him. So you want to get a real easy fight for big money. That's Jake Paul. Then take a little quick tune up, you know what I mean, against a serious fighter that's going to give you some problems. And then, you get through that and then boom, Canelo. Let's get it happening, man. Let's make it happen. If I can't get a Canelo Benavidez fight, at least let me get a Canelo Andre Ward fight. That will be off the chain. Would support it full on board, pay-per-view, the whole nine. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.